Hello there, my name is Pasquale and I'm bringing you this cryptocurrency update. Now guys and girls, this is a very serious video and you have to watch it from the beginning till the end because a very huge move in Bitcoin is coming very soon. It's going to affect the whole crypto market. So if you're into Bitcoin or any other cryptocurrencies in general, if you're trading actively or if you are investing long term, you really have to see this video from beginning till the end. And there are a few interesting things I really want to mention in the greed and fear index, as well as in the chart itself, and also in some of interesting technicals, and also in this chart right here tells a huge story. So without any further ado, please smash up that like button to a new all-time high to, I don't know, let's do 2,500 likes. If you do 2,500 likes on this video, I'm gonna do another live stream very soon with maybe some active trading as well. And also don't forget to hit that subscribe button and also the notification bell so that you're notified when I make a new upload. And down in the description of this video, there is a link to my free Telegram channel. A lot of interesting discussions are happening there, super useful for your trading. So go and join it right now. Okay, without any further ado, let's just jump right into it. Okay, so if we are just starting by looking at the chart itself, then we're gonna see a very interesting aspect. And in a super short-term perspective, we're gonna see a move very soon, actually, because we just recently got rejected from right here, which again, as I told you before, that this is a resistance that potentially could turn us. And so make some noise down in the comments for Mr. Spot On as always. And right now, we again bounced off of this support, and this means that we're actually squeezing in between these two levels. However, I mean, this cannot keep happening forever, right? So for this reason, I can tell you right now that with the most certainty that I have right now is that we're gonna break out probably today or tomorrow out of this flag formation right here. The question is whether we're gonna go down or up is a big question as always. However, I still have my long trade right here over on Bybit. I had like $5,000 profit on it. I kept it, and right now I have like $100 in profit left. But, well, whatever it is. And if you want to be trading actively yourself, then look no further than Bybit. I personally have over $300,000 with Bybit for active trading. And with my exclusive link, which you can find in the description of this video or in the pinned comment, you'll get a $4,100 bonus on top of your initial deposit. So click the link. I created a video instruction of a detailed step-by-step guide how to actually get that money as a bonus. And yeah, do it right now. And also you'll get a 30% discount on commissions and fees and withdrawal fees, which is amazing. So yes, basically my trade here over on Bybit is just still bouncing around a zero, and right now I'm just waiting to see what is going to happen, because again, I'm going to mention a few very important things shortly, but in a short-term perspective, just right now, we're going to see a breakout, and I'm hoping that it's going to be a break above here, and then potentially with a target of, let me just make this a bit longer so I don't have to do it later. There you go. So with a potential retest of 41,800 and then all the way up to 44,800. However, guys, oh Jesus, guys and girls, as I've told you so many times before, again, this is not financial advice, but you have to always, as active traders, you have to be reasonable and entertain both possibilities. So if you're gonna break above, that's very nice. Again, you can take a trade over on Bybit using my link and getting that bonus and putting in a long trade from here if you believe that Bitcoin is gonna be going up, which I currently believe in. But if it's gonna be breaking down, I mean, don't be, shallow-minded, and you can always, when you see an impulse going downwards, and actually you will see a break of this level, for example, in the daily chart, if you're gonna see us actually breaking down and with a potential in this instance, again, this is a very important level, guys and girls, for us right now. If you're gonna see a break of this level going down with a lot of momentum, then our target could be as low as like $35,000, and that could be a crazy short trade, which you can also take over on Bybit. And having my bonus link, you'll have a lot more money to trade with. So that's super awesome. Now, let's go back to a smaller, no, actually, you know what? I need to show you a daily chart with something else that I had in mind, and that is going to be a 100-day moving average. This is also something that is going to tell us a good story in terms of what is happening right now, and that we are actually, once again, that we are getting squeezed as well. So you can see, let me just make it a tiny bit bigger and move it a little bit to the right. You're gonna see that we actually got rejected from, well, once again, from this resistance level, and also spot on from a 100-day moving average. And then people are saying, Thomas, moving averages don't affect the price action. No, they don't, of course. Maybe for you they don't. It's okay, you can be done with trading and go play in the sandbox. But actually moving averages have a huge impact on, not always, of course, it's just a piece of analysis you can do, but it actually does have, does serve as a helping hand. And in this instance, if we just continue drawing it like this, you're gonna see that these are both very strong, right? So we could jog along right here and then break above or below. So this is something that we're facing a lot of resistance from, and also right here we're facing a lot of support from. So this is the area where the price is gonna be squeezing like super hard. And the same thing goes for the weekly chart. So let's take a look at it real quick. There we go. So currently, if in the next few days, actually in the next 2 days, on Saturday and Sunday, if the weekly candle is going to close above this yellow support line, then in this case it's going to be more or less livable, right? So if it's going to close below, it's going to be super bearish and with a target of, let's say, $35,000 as I mentioned previously. But here, if it closes above, just like it's standing here right now, then we're going to be squeezing in this vicinity right here, in between the EMA ribbon itself and this support level. So for that reason, the price is going to have to decide whether it's going to be breaking above again and it's going to, make us Bitcoin bulls very happy, or below and it's going to make us very upset. And now the next thing I really wanted to mention in this video was the net transfer volume from and to exchanges. And this is something that is going to give you a little bit of hopium in general, that we're going to be ever so slightly more likely to break above, or maybe even go down, swap some liquidity, but actually move up relatively quickly. And that is going to be this right here. So without any, you can read about online about what this is and what it actually shows, but basically, in very simple layman terms, it's the net transfer volume from and to exchanges in total on Bitcoin. So, and this is a chart for the last 3 years. So, and as we can see, every time when we are approaching the next bull market, we are seeing a lot of transfer, the reduction in the amount of transfer. So basically, most of the time, the coins are just going out of the exchanges into cold storage, and that's it. And then, so before the next bull run, so like we are saying, for example, here, and then there was just one small spike of a lot of exchange inflow right here. But most of the time, we're going to see a big amount of exchange outflows and just the drop of volume in general. And for example, when we have the all-time high, like we, for example, had here, we're seeing a lot of inflows to exchanges so that people really want to sell it at the all-time high or whatever, take their profits, etc. And then as it starts going downwards, that's also when we are going to see a lot of inflows into the exchanges to get it sold, and people are panicking and panic selling, etc. And then certainly, like for example, in this area right here, we had a huge spike because it was going down so hard right here in 2020 right here. So, and basically the same thing we're currently seeing, and what I really wanted to show you in this video is that currently we had this all-time high right here, then another all-time high right here, and as we actually went, for example, before when the Chinese food actually happened, we were moving downwards, and there was a huge inflow into the exchanges, so people were selling their Bitcoin, etc. But then as we broke above here, then we saw a huge outflow out of exchanges, so a lot of the Bitcoin went into cold storage, etc. And we saw the next all-time high. And then as we started moving downward right here, we also had a lot of time of Bitcoin inflow into the exchanges, so people again panicking and selling Bitcoin. But right now, look at this area right here, which is the most important right now. And that just shows us that it's just the amount of Bitcoin is just going down. So it's cooling down, and a lot of Bitcoin is getting transferred out of the exchanges basically. So this is a very good sign. Remember that when we saw these kinds of numbers in terms of the exchange outflow, then it would be at some point would be full. I'm not, again, this is not financial advice, and I'm not saying it's going to go up tomorrow, right? So it's just an indication of what might come in the near future, within a week, 3 months, 4 months, whatever, but in a near future. So and as this is what we're currently seeing right here, which is a very, very good sign. Now, one more thing I really wanted to mention in this video is the greed and fear index, and that is that we are currently at extreme fear right here. So if we're gonna go higher, we're gonna see extreme fear at 22, and it just shows that overall retail market sentiment, retail trader market sentiment, that they're extremely fearful, etc. And we've been in this extreme fear right now for a long time. And the thing is, really wanted to mention here is that we're going to go back to the daily chart, turn off the MA ribbon, that we are going to see that actually, even though our the fear stage is that we are at extreme fear, but the price isn't really going any lower. We're actually slowly going upward. Right, so I mean higher highs, higher lows, etc. So I mean people, even though they're fearful, the price is slowly going upward. And the thing here is that what I wanted, the most important aspect is that at some point, and this is just what defines the market bottoms, right? Unless we have some kind of a black swan event, is that at some point there is going to be not enough people that are that scared that are going to be ready to sell their Bitcoin at a loss. At some point in the bottom, even historically, if we, for example, go back in history and take a look at what was happening, for example, in this area of the price action, that at some point there were not enough people that were ready to sell their Bitcoin, and that just were hodlers and were ready to hodl it through whatever, right? So the same thing goes for this area. At some point there is gonna be, for this, mini bear market, if you can call it a mini bear market, then at some point we're not gonna have enough people who are ready to sell Bitcoin, and only hodlers for the most part are gonna be left. That's what we're seeing. It's extreme fear, but the price isn't really just going that very much. So for that reason, I was always saying that even if we're gonna go lower, I don't really think that we're ever gonna see prices like $20,000 per Bitcoin ever again, unless it's gonna be like a black swan event like we had COVID crash previously. So that's pretty much it. And let me know down in the comments if you found this video super useful. Make some noise down in the comments. Also for me, for Mr. Spot On, always happy to read your comments, and I always do. And thank you very much for watching. Stay smart, stay rich, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.